there, welcome back to my channel, Uniquely Reagan Handcrafted Cards. Today I'm going to be making some masculine birthday cards with some dragons. And I got these dragons from a paper pack from LV Handcrafted and sold at the Not2Shabby Shop. And this pack includes some fun magical paper. It's double-sided paper. There's 3 of each sheet. So there's magical and fantasy with the dragons. They're real fun. This is one of the papers that I cut using the Easy Wonder die number 3. So this Easy Wonder die will line up with the lines on the outline here in white will line up with the 6x6 die. So these 3 squares or rectangles go with the 3 rectangles on the left side here, and then the flag is always over here on the right. So you just line up those white grid lines on the outside border of the die, and you always know you're cutting in the right place. And even if you get a little bit off, the image is very forgiving. So you can see that the outline, the border is very forgiving in where the positioning is on the die. So no matter where you cut, if you line up with the white border on your paper, you're going to be in a good position to get that die, those images cut out just as it intended. And this large area here cuts out the postage grid, just like this. And you can cut this apart like I've done here on this image, and I've glued it together. This is another card front that I've got ready to go onto a card base. I just need to find a card base and put it together, and I might do that today. And I've got some of this purple, dark purple paper that I might just go ahead and trim that down and put that on and get that glued down, and I've got a card finished up. So I think I'll just leave that at the top of my desk here so that I can finish that one up. So that's one of the papers that I cut down, and the other paper that I cut down was this here. It looks very masculine with the dark green colors, and the back side of that is this scene. And at the bottom, there's always a couple extra postage stamps and a sentiment or 2. So I'm going to put the rest of my paper pack away. So there's 8 designs, 24 sheets, so you get 3 of each. So I'm going to set that aside. I'll come back to that later. So I did cut out 2 sheets of paper, and so I've got an assortment here of all of the postage grid and the individual die images. Here's all of the pieces from this, and the flag, and the extra bit. Oh, that goes with this one here, this one. And then here's this extra postage images and the sentiments that came from those 2 pieces of paper. So I just trimmed those out as well. So I'll set this aside. I'll be using those on my cards right now. I took a couple of solid pieces of paper and I cut the die. I just took a smaller piece of paper, the base card front basically, and put it in the area where I wanted the postage grid to cut out. I didn't need to cut out the whole image here. If you wanted to, you certainly could, but I just wanted the postage grid cut out, so I just trimmed away as much as I needed and ran it through my die cutting machine and got this. And I did it both with a green and purple piece. And then I have also a card panel that I'm going to use as a layering piece. So this one is trimmed to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to adhere that down, and then I'm going to adhere this dark green panel onto it, just so I've got a little bit of layering. Let me go ahead and get this glued down here. So the purpose of the Easy Wonder die number 3, Lynn at LV Handcrafted, she creates her own printables on her website. I will link that below. I do have an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything extra to use my affiliate link. I could potentially earn a little bit of money from LV Handcrafted if you were to use my link, but it doesn't cost you anything extra to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down onto the layering panel that I've got there. Get some glue all the way around. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put that straight on, not at an angle on this one. So this is a top folding card here, just an A2 size card. And then I also took the add-on set, comes with, if you purchase the Easy Wonder Die #3 add-on set, there's a stamp set. I got these 3 things as a bundle. There was a border, easy postage grid border, stencil, stamp set, and you could get the add-on die set. You could get the add-on die set as an individual piece, but these pieces here layer onto your Easy Wonder Die card panel. So what cut out from those pieces are these layering pieces. This dude, so this one here, we're gonna keep this, he's portrait. So this fits right over those stitched lines on the portrait postage grid. It fits right over those stitched lines, and the die here from the add-on set retains those stitch lines, and the cutout from the Easy Wonder Die #3 from our pattern piece of paper, it layers right on top of that very nicely. So I'm going to create my little scene here and decide how many of these I want to use. And then if you wanted to leave one of these blank, if you wanted to keep that background, you could certainly do that as well. So I'm going to stamp a sentiment on one of these. I'm going to find an appropriate size sentiment. I'm going to layer this down. Let's see. Right there. And then we could put a birthday sentiment on this one here. So let me get these glued down here. So I'm going to put the extra little bits. I have some leftover dragon things from a previous printable kit. I'm going to put these extra little bits in with this, along with the leftover pieces. I had a couple sentiments and one additional dragon. I'm going to put those in here so that I can play with them the next time I want to make a couple of cards. And I used the Wonder Die number 3 add-on. I used the stamp, clear stamp that came in the bundle. I used the postage grid stencil set. I'm going to put all of those things back in this pouch that I keep everything in, so it's all in one place. When I want to play with it, I know where it is. I'm going to put the Easy Wonder Die number 3 in the front. And then let me show you again. I'm going to put these to the side. I'm going to come back and play with those things later. I did grab a few birthday sentiment stamps from my stash. And then this is a really magical and fantastical paper pad. I loved playing with it, so I'm going to definitely play with that again. And using the Easy Wonder Die number 3 makes it really easy to make some cards. If you wanted to use the B sides of the paper, they're just beautiful as well, so you could create some wonderful cards. If you didn't want to use those, if you didn't have or didn't want to use the Easy Wonder Die, you could do it that way, or you could fussy cut out these images and play with them just as the same way as if you had the Easy Wonder Die. So these are the stamps or the cards that I made using that Easy Wonder Die number 3. I finished off a card that was sitting on my desk, so that was really fun. So here's all the cards that I made in this session. So I really appreciate you joining me today, and hope that you enjoyed this yourself. And leave me a comment, a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and share it with a crafty friend if you like. I'm going to leave a link at the end of this video for another one that you may enjoy. And please come back and see me the next time I have a crafty video. Have a great day. Bye.